Hi, I'm Sifu Manuel Marquez from the Shaolin Temple Kung Fu School.
Really?
We're bringing here the famous master, Sifu Rick Wing, and his great assistant, Sifu Remus Baraka. We got to show a lot of skills. They're showing their teacher and his art and his style. Wong Jack Man was, like some people know and don't, he's the one that fought actually Bruce Lee. So this new movie, Birth of the Dragon, is about the infamous Bruce Lee and Wong Jack Man. We all know that in the other three movies, they had detailed certain things. This one is made with a different understanding, flavor, and it would be great for the viewers to go and see it because it's a different approach of what the older movies were. Older movies were basically based upon more of Bruce. This is both. They share the moment, and it's what it should be. There was two sides, but really it went to one side later on because of the internet world. So now the new generation can see what they want to pick out, what they want to do about it. But I think it's good for him. And
it's a very complicated story.
Yes.
Much more multi-dimensional than one-dimensional, I would say, just from what I gathered. Excellent book.
The Showdown in Oakland.
Oh, it's not a bestseller, but it's about 200 pages of interesting commentary on whatever happened on that day and leading up to that day. Oh, I started as a teenager in 1973.
I started in 1987.
We all like to watch the movies and stuff. And we thought like, wow, okay. I mean, we could never do those things, but it just kind of inspired us to like go down and like, oh, let's go and see what Kung Fu is. We never even really knew. We just saw something on the movies. I think the first time I ever saw some guy do Tai Chi in my life, I think we thought he was crazy. It just shows you how little we knew of martial art at the time. And then later on, then as we grew up, we started to be more fascinated by it, and then we just went to go learn. And we found a place that was, I found Sifu Wong's school in Chinatown. We didn't even know the school was called Jing, so that's how little we knew at the time.
Well, Jing is very important because that was not just an art of Kung Fu, it's like a union of martial arts. But they brought that and established it like in the movie Fearless.
You could teach different styles. You didn't have to teach, it wasn't beholden to one style in particular. You could teach different stuff.
The Boxilum has inside trapping, uprooting, and kicks and long range punches. Traditionally, if you were to learn the Boxilum, you would get the flavor of the complete winding of the body like a dragon.
It's a typical long fist style. In Cantonese, they call it Chungkyu. They tend to like to extend their bodies when they're doing forms or fighting. They like long range stuff. They can do stuff at close range or medium range, but they tend to like to attack you from far away. Even though they say it goes back 1,000 years, most styles seem to trace themselves to 7 or 8 generations. Our style stems from a guy named Gu Yizheng in Cantonese. Most of our stuff comes from him. There's 10 sets and they go from simple to harder. Certain ones are short, certain ones are longer, and it's a nice progression from beginner stuff to harder stuff. We did some books on some of the shorter ones. Now we'll get to the long ones, but it's more involved. The sets are longer, they're more complex. You turn around more. Things are not as direct. Actually, I just wanted to use the book as a vehicle to dedicate something to my teacher, and so I did that one. The first one was Shaolin number 5, and if you look at the dedication for him, it's there. I like doing it as a hobby. You don't make big money or anything like that, but it's something that it's like, it allows me to meet other famous martial artists, just such as capital M, right?
Yes.
And these are like the sets my teacher taught, and just as a nice record of what he did and what we like to do, and it's a good reference for us. And I think it's fun, that way we don't have to do it over and over again. We can point to pictures and say do it like that. We just carry on doing what he taught us. Love technical. We'd just like to thank Sifu Manuel for asking us to come down, and we had a great time.
We thank Martial Club.
Why don't you name everybody at Martial Club?
Yeah, I don't know all of their names.
What were some of the
I
other
just need
names?
that shirt, Martial.
What were
I
some
got
of the
one
other
those.
names at Martial Club besides D-Ma? There were two other
It's
people.
Andy Lee and Brian
Andy
Lee.
Lee and
They're
Brian.
actually the more recognizable
Yeah,
ones.
Andy Lee and Brian Lee.
And D-Ma.
And D-Ma.
Daniel Ma. Just to get that out there.
We want to thank everybody for watching this little thing.
Thank you.
Okay.